They just gave you the time frame inside this year. They said, it's interesting that they allowed you to see the 50 note. I believe that is to give you hope that the rest is coming, along with the HCF. Thank you. All right, ready? No, I think I should be okay. I do need something to drink. Ah, I'll take that, the big one, yeah. We're on. Hi, family. Greetings. Welcome to another one of your Frank26 UB2Bs. It's good to be with you. It is the 27th of October, 2025. I greet you in agape love. We are ktfalways.com, which stands for Keep the Faith Always in Our Heavenly Father. We are a Christian-based organization, and we're very proud of it. We're also very powerful, a very powerful Christian organization. I'm very proud of it. Before we do anything, we always like to go to God and talk to Him, hold His hand, get some advice, a little motivation. Join me. Greetings, Abba, by the blood of your Son, Jesus, through the Holy Spirit. I'm so happy to be with you. Every day, Father, this investment gets a little bit clearer. That's what I want. Every day, this investment becomes a little bit more clear, with better understanding. And I'm so grateful for that. And I pray for my teams. I pray for those that help us. And I pray for our KTFA family. And I'm concerned for them, Father, because a great portion of them are not ready. A great portion of them don't understand. I keep telling them they're coming after you, but they're not listening. All they want to know is, where can I go exchange the currency? I pray for these people, Papa. I pray for these people. You're going to give us a lot. We should give a lot. And we should be very careful in how we're going to protect this blessing for you, Father. I don't want to bury this. I don't want to spend this. As you taught me, I want to invest this. And I ask you to please help those that are with us that need to know these steps. All honor and glory to you, God. And by the way, I want to thank you for the gentleman and his wife that you introduced us to. I've been praying to you, asking you to bring me leaders, the people that will develop KTFA to the next level to honor and glorify you. And I have met two of them today, or yesterday. My wife and I met two of them. I love you. Prepare me for what I have to do right now. Strength, please. In the name of your Son, Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, I pray, amen. 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 We're here to study the Iraqi dinar, and everything I say to you is just strictly my opinion. It's a speculative investment. Speculative investments cannot offer you a date or a rate. And the sad thing is that there's a lot of people on the internet that are doing that. Yesterday, I briefly talked to you about some guy that was calling me a monkey. So I went to go check him. Well, my teams did. And then they laughed and they got back with me and they said, "This is what you bothered us for?" I said, "What's the matter?" "Frank, you get like 25,000 views for every UB2B. This guy's got like about 5 or 7. And you worried about what he said about you?" "No, not really. I was just insulted because I don't know the fool. I don't know the man. He don't know me. He doesn't know if I'm a fool. He thinks I am. But it turns out that everything we say always turns out correct. Find me something where we told you that it didn't happen. I dare you. And don't give me that garbage. Well, you said it's over with and it's not over with. Whatever. Okay. Um, enough. Let's get to work. What is the title of your UB2B? Let me see. The Hot Cookie League. That's serious stuff. The Hot Cookie League, right, Tink? Is that what it's called? Hot Cookie League? Oh. Oh, it won't stop, family. You're gonna have to bear with me, okay? A lot is happening. From a lot. No, a lot is happening. And I don't give you everything. But what I do give you is great. Oh my goodness, hold on. Check this out, sir, from Shafat. The plan involves a multi-level. Oh, you're gonna love today's UB2B. Oh, you're gonna love this. Is that better? Thank you. Wow, you're gonna love this UB2B. Every UB2B gets better than the last one, ain't it? It won't stop. Wow. Oh, I'm sharing all of this. Oh my word. Wow. This is getting ridiculous. Now it's walking stick. Hold on. This I have to pay attention to. Well, I'm paying. That's the end of our UB2B. Wow. You want to see it? Come here. Hold on. I won't share it with my wife. What? Well, why did you do this to me, man? You couldn't have just waited until after the UB2B, huh? Oh, for crying out loud. We're down to the final seconds. Let's get to work, okay? Oh, shoot. I still haven't read. He's still sending more. Dear God. Thank you so much. I am on the air now. By the way, Walking Stick just called me and said, All right. You're going to love the UV tubing. I need better light. That's why I'm getting over here. Well, I can see it better now, yeah. All right, now, family, let me get to the beginning. Family, it is ridiculous the amount of information that we have. I will try to share as much, if not all of it. No, I will try to share all, if not. Jeez Louise. Let's start. I see. I understand. I understand. They're still talking about the WTO. It was really hot yesterday. Iraq seeks to open up trade globally by joining the WTO because we have so much waiting at the ports. Mr. Frank, Sammy said that Nader, you know, that gentleman that's on the YouTube's live now, he is saying the 50 out too, like we told you. He said, watch all information we can. And he's doing live now. He said, actually, he knew and talked about it days before it happened. So before it happened, so he on point two. Oh, so he's on point two. I got no problems complimenting somebody else that's saying what we're saying. So he's on point two, but he talked about it right now. Uh, he's telling everybody that the 50 is out. Yeah, okay, fine. We know that. Yeah, but thank you, though, Eddie. I appreciate that. I forgot that you even sent me that. Next thing, Mr. Frank, Eddie says, um, Mr. Frank, Eddie says that they listen to, many different people on the internet, many information, and we always love your presentation. Everything that we send to you, you do a good job with it. We love your presentation of our study. It is the best. And that guy that was bothering yesterday and calling all of us names, because if he calls you a name, he calls us a name. And we don't appreciate that here in the Middle East. Well, that same guy was in Dinar video with Maria about a month and a half ago, and he was in there calling the RV for the next Tuesday because it was a holiday weekend. I mean, this is hours ago. This is so long. I forgot I read this because he said it was going to happen Tuesday because it was a holiday weekend. And he was claiming that he had information that it was going to be Tuesday. He told everybody to trust him, that it would be done. Well, as you can see, Mr. Frank, we warned you about him, that he was wrong, and it didn't happen, did it? We can go and find that video if you want. We can show you he said those things out there. We hear it from our folk. We hear it from our folks here. We all listen to everyone on the internet, and we all agree you're the only one to trust. We all trying to find out what's going on. But don't worry, this character is just that, a character that gave out bogus intel, and now he is mad at the world. I know this is kind of useless, but I got to read the whole thing, everything to you. Eddie, seen that name in a text that you sent to us, we wanted to let you know about his character. I said, yeah, that's the guy that called me a monkey 26. I think I'll call him a character monkey or whatever I said. We have the video. He said that he had the news that it would be breaking on the internet and the TV. It was done. It will happen this coming Tuesday. Eddie's watching it now. We're at work, and we will send you more information. By the way, here's the video where he said it. Okay, thanks, guys, but it's not important. Here it is. Listen to the start. She is a nice lady. What? Oh, they're talking about this woman. Here it is. Listen to her. She is a nice lady. We like her. but that makes that makes speaks like 3 minutes. Oh, it's like 3 minutes long into it, and it says it's down. Breaking news over a month ago. But he lied. He lied. You mean he was monkeying around? He was on here saying, it's breaking news. And all the Iraqis ran into my shop to listen. Also, he said, Vietnam received 100,000, whatever, either, again, another lie. This guy said 5 was done, and the new mechanism will happen that Tuesday. He lied. Do you notice how defensive my teams are about our sharing? That's interesting. Look at, you see what he says that. Where did he say it? Right there. We like that lady. And then we love Maria, lady. She has great respect for you, Mr. Frank. We like that. But Monkey Man is a storyteller. Okay. Sir, listen to her show and look at him telling those lies. We just wanted you to see who this character was because he's spreading lies about what. You see, my teams get very defensive to protect me, but also when they see somebody on the internet flat out lying, oh, they don't like it. They want the truth. It's interesting how people go to these people. It's interesting, doctor, it hurts because I do this. Don't do this. And it won't hurt. It boggles the mind that people still go to these places that have established themselves with deep roots of misinformation. It's like it's like it's an itch to know everything, whether it's true or not. The continuing soap opera of the Iraqi dinar. Today they said, what did he say? The commercial, the show's over. What? We'll tell you tomorrow. What? So they go back and they listen to it, and they, oh my goodness. We just wanted you to see who this character was. He was spreading lies like this a month ago on another show, saying his news was going to break the internet. Well, we all saw that, and we were wondering what he had to say. Once we heard it, we realized that he was wrong. If one lives in glass houses, they should never throw bricks. Now, this is coming from Middle Easterner people talking to another Middle Easterner person and telling them that Iraq does not appreciate what you're doing. To which I said, if one lives in a glass house, they should shut their curtains along with their mouth. Continuing. Classic. We like that, Frank. We're going to go get some bricks, okay? Anyways, Frank, Eddie says it took him some time today to find that video about this character. He remembered that guy, and he just wants to put this out. We cannot have our information that we send to you to be stained by these people. I said Eddie was focused and dead set, determined to help me beat this monkey, wasn't he? He was dead set to help me to beat him. Okay, anyways, gentlemen, I hope that you understood what I told you earlier. I believe that the introduction of the lower notes is complete. That's what they did yesterday by finishing up with the coins. There's nothing past the fills. We are very, very, very close, in my opinion. Sir, Eddie says, yeah, we're glad to help. We're glad to help you with that. I mean, we defend our information. We are also glad to see others on television show talking about the lower notes and the 50 that is out, like Mr. Nader. And we know he's here. Well, sometimes here, sometimes back home in USA. We still try get you my brother's information and pics. I said, thank you. Also, thank you for helping. No problem. We are all a team. Aww. I'm so proud of you guys. I told you I didn't really want to do anything, but the more I get to know you guys, the more I want to be with you. And Eddie, I find, and you're a Christian? He said, no problems. We are all a team. And Eddie and his crew were offended big time. It hurt us. And we're sorry that you had to deal with that nonsense. It was Eddie actually that remembered that guy's name and started tracking him back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We remember him. We remember his lies. Laughing on. Hey, Eddie, you my bulldog? Yes, I am. Continuing, Alak is now in the news, and he's saying that Rafadim Bank has today accepted and adopted the latest electronic payment system, marking their acceptance and cooperation with the monetary reform. Gentlemen, like we've been noticing, they are telling you an awful lot. Now it is the banks that are being very specific. This electronic payment system is going to allow you to move your currency in and out of Iraq without any restrictions. The fact that Allah is saying this to the Iraqi citizens is huge because he is telling you this is for the monetary reform. Every day it gets louder and louder that the purchasing power is very close. Then we sent Eddie a very, very long PDF file, and I said, "Hey, buddy, I need your help. Check this out for me and tell me if there's any value to it." Mr. Frank, what you got here, man? So, anyways, so let me just tell you some things, okay? Couple of updates out of today from Iraq, and your reports, sir. They have inaugurated the Arab Bank of Iraq. Can you believe that? We actually have the Middle East on our side now, which is a very big move, sir, to boost foreign investments. Also, the PKK, that is the Isn't that the military group, the Peshmerga, Kurdistan? I forget what it is. Anyways, also the PKK has announced a full withdrawal from Turkey to northern Iraq. Now, this is making a significant step in the peace process here in the Middle East. Well, now, Prime Minister Sudani is on the television and he's saying, since we've opened up a new Arab bank in our country today, he is telling us citizens that all institutions are now cooperating and working with them for the good of Iraq's economy. I said, gentlemen, the opening of the Arab banks. Really, really. Okay, that's like that's like your ex girlfriend's boyfriend that calls you up and says, "Hey, you want to go play some b-ball?" What? I'm like, get away from me, fool! What? The opening of Arab banks in Iraq is extremely significant, gentlemen, because they have stayed away from you due to the political issues and due to the program rate that you're under or were under. I'm sorry. Now, why are they coming in? Because it's no secret. The monetary reform welcomes them back. Look, Mr. Frank, uh, we have a bunch of members of parliament. They're talking to us. You're not going to believe this. Parliament, not Sudani, not the Calm, not Allah. Parliament is talking about the oil and gas and the natural resource. They say that there's a committee that's been formed by Tawaki, by Kazem Al Tawaki. He confirmed on Sunday that the current political and economic conditions are ripe. Yeah. For the approval of the oil and gas law. HCL, the Hot Cookie League. No, really? It's prime and ready? Let me poke that turkey and see it. Yep, it's ready. Okay. Wow. Noting that the law of the HCL will represent an important step towards regulating the relations between the federal government and um, and the rest of the world. Let's put it that way. So Donnie is talking about high importance of this new Arab bank and how all financial institutions should work with them. He wants us to go in there, open accounts, and work with these Arab banks. Now they're saying that banking studies law, 36 of them back in 1999. That's the article that the CBI made that law, and it's about the best way to implement international best practices in banking. It goes on about what the law is for us. We had it all translated for you. Eddie sent you, brother, his Eddie also sent to his brother what you sent to him. Frank, Tesla and SpaceX. You know that there's what is it? What are those vehicles that Musk is making? Yeah, but well, you know what? It is a car. Musk launched one of his Tesla's cars into space. And there's a Tesla car that's orbiting the Earth's atmosphere, the Earth's orbit right now. That guy's crazy, but he's crazy smart. So it turns out that Tesla and SpaceX partners, for the very first time, they're hooking up together to work on a national car. project for us Iraqi citizens. The television is showing all of this. Well, that's interesting, Eddie. I might buy one. Television also, think about it. Musk, you stupid? It's 1310. Oh, you're not stupid. What are you? Huh? Shamu. Oh, you're a whale? Okay. TV also says we made over 48 billion in oil revenues in 9 months, and we are negotiating with OPEC. You know something? I think it's something like 93 trillion that has been collected through tariff taxes. And many of you call me and you talk to me about taxes. I was having a conversation today with someone about that. I am of the school of thought that says you better not, you better not try to get away with paying your taxes. Oh my goodness, just try it. You'll lose everything and more when you don't pay. Take for example, you have a business. Hey, businessman, a woman, it's time to pay your quarterly taxes. You know what I'm saying? Every 3 months. Oh, I'll pay it the next. I'll double it up in 6 months. All righty, 6 months go by. Hey, you didn't pay your quarterly taxes. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now it's twice as much. What? Yeah, we put a fine on you, but you can't do that. Yeah, we're the government. Tell you what, keep it up. And then you go into more debt. And guess what the government does? You may not know this, but they'll walk right into your home and look in your underwear. They'll take every penny you got in your name. Banking account, checking account. I don't know, think they can get into trust funds, but man, you have no idea what's waiting for you, do you? Now, most of you do, but those that don't, you got to talk to God. Ask Him to send you the help. I've already educated you. I've already prepared you. Pay your taxes. Oh, no, Frank, this is not a capital gain tax. You serious? You really think that Uncle Sam is going to let you get away with billion? Well, not billion, but a lot of money and not paying taxes. Well, it's not a capital gain tax. Who says? The tax code, the tax laws. Show me the tax law. Trump hasn't released it yet for this year. Whoa, Trump must be smart, huh? I think so. You see, Trump wants to get rid of the internal revenue taxes. And he wants to make it external revenue taxes. Plus, he wants to give us citizens a refund from these tariffs. So, well, that would be the only way that your hopium, that your delusionary thoughts, I'm never going to pay taxes. The only way you're not going to pay taxes if Donald Trump says American citizens, you no longer have internal revenue. Now, in my opinion, Donald Trump knows what's going down. He's jiggy with it. Oh yeah, he's jiggy with it. Nope, yeah, Trump knows. Yeah. Trump, there's going to be a massive windfall, man. A lot of Americans are going to be doing pretty good. Yep, I know. I know. And I think that's great, for the United States of America. Yeah. So let's say Trump, you know what's going on? Yeah, I do. And you want to stop the internal revenue taxes? Yeah, I do. Based on the tariffs? Yep. That have been extremely successful? Yep. Have you seen Dow? 40, was it 47,000? We were looking for 20. Wow. We're doing really good, aren't we? Yep. And you don't want to charge us taxes? Well, you're going to charge us this year. More than likely, we get charged next year in 26. But what about 27? Could it be that maybe we don't have to pay taxes? Also, Frank, we made over 48 billion in oil revenues in 9 months, and they are still negotiating with OPEC. We are all dancing in the streets, Frank. This is like your Lionel Richie. I said, gentlemen, if you don't know the song, man, Dancing in the Streets, no. The reason why they talk, gentlemen, I say, the reason why they talk about the HL is because we have a new exchange rate. If not, there wouldn't be a peep about it. Not a single word, like it's been for the last 23 years. Hey, Mr. Frank, as you just said, that look, that guy that's on television, he said to us, "Oh, pardon me, it's all chopped up. Hey, Frank, that guy that we told you to watch on TV, he just said to us, the ground is prepared for the approval of the oil and gas law." The ground? Really? The ground? You mean the sand? The ground? All right, that's one way of putting it. But in all honesty, he means the exchange rate is ready because the ground has been ready for millions of years. Hey Frank, Sammy is is talking with Omar. They're having a good time today. Sammy says Omar told him, "Don't be surprised if it comes out at a very bigger rate than we think." Remember, years ago, what Shabibi said. Remember, years ago, what Dr. Shabibi said. He's looking to see somewhere where he can find a weekend with about 4 days or more. Just saying that we can easily we can easily handle that. Remember what he said. And now we are much richer than that point. What he means, we're much richer, better off than we were when he first said it. Not saying it will happen, but we could sustain it. I do believe probably in the mid $3 range for that region. I am at a meeting right now. Please keep sending. I'll respond. No worries, Frank. We got you. And by the way, you're absolutely right, sir. Iraq cannot sustainably cover its budget gap or fund new projects at the current program rate. We all know this. If it avoids a float, then pegging to a currency basket is the most viable path to gradually gaining value. Now, here's how the situation breaks down. And what happened was that on the television, they started to break it down for them. And here we go. Break it down. Dun, 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 dun. Iraq's currency exchange rate policy. As of July 2025, the Central Bank of Iraq maintains a conventional peg at 1320 IQD per USD set in February of 2023. Really? Well, then they're ready if they've already done the pegging. Issue number two. The IMF confirms this is both Iraq's de jure and de facto arrangements, meaning, Frank, it's officially declared and practically implemented in Iraqi's business sector. Point number three. This rate is not market driven. No, it is driven by the international. This rate is not market driven. It severely limits Iraq's ability to absorb shocks or attractions, diversifying investments. But you won't have to worry about that. You won't have to worry about that. Next report. Oh, and then is why the program rate is unsustainable. Why the program rate is unsustainable. You really got to explain that? You don't think Iraqi citizens have been suffering all this time with the program rate? What do you got? What do you want? What do you want, fool? Iraq faces a projected budget deficit of 80 trillion. I was like, dude, that went up. All right, well, go ahead. 80 trillion IQD for 2025 with no new projects funded. Really? Yeah, yeah. And you can find us on the IMF, Frank. Yeah, whatever. Continuing. Number two, oil revenues. And these are the reasons why program rate won't work. Oil revenues are volatile and below fiscal break-even level, while non-oil revenues remain modest. That's a good point. If you notice that, it's still staying the same. Even with what Trump is doing, our gas is 257 or something like that now back in Ohio. That's crazy. The next point, the fixed rate prevents currency appreciation, which could otherwise help reduce import costs and improve purchasing power. You know, a lot of this, it's all good, it's all fantastic. But to be honest with you, a lot of this is like talking to a lawyer. The signee, therefore, ingo now in case of the what? I know. What? And all of this stuff. I mean, look at the fixed rate prevents currency appreciation, which could otherwise help reduce imported costs and improve purchasing power. In other words, it's going to be a number that we're going to solidly adhere to. And we think it might require 90 days or less, but we're not going to float. It's going to be in a basket. You know, for them to tell you all this, why? Because that's the next step in the monetary reform. Alternatives. I don't want no alternatives. Float versus basket peg. Okay, I want alternatives. Whoa, really? They're telling you all this, Eddie? Well, Mr. Frank, your Mr. Walking Stick said that they were going to do this, remember? Oh, I remember. Alternatives on the float versus the basket peg. Free float, number one. Free float. What about it? Well, it would allow the dinar to find its market value, but take notes. Take notes. Claire, remind me. I will send you all of this and put it in, and let's also put it in Club 26. Free float. What about it? Well, it would allow the dinar to find its market value, but risk volatility and inflation without strong monetary controls. Good point. Number two, and that's the whole point. It's going to be well managed and controlled, isn't it? The basket. Number two, a managed float. Okay, that's another option. What about it? It offers flexibility with a CBI intervention, ideal for gradual appreciation if the reserves and policy tools are strong. They are, but they don't want to float. They don't. No. What do they want to do? Oh, they want to peg. You don't want a free float? No. You don't want a managed float? No. How about a basket peg? Now you're talking. Now you're talking. There you go. What up? Tell me about it. Well, if you can consider a basket peg, pegging to a mix of currencies, for example, the USD, the Euro, no, Middle Eastern currencies. Okay, whatever you want. But if you could, then you would reduce the dependence on the dollar. What was that? The currency peg, or the basket, pardon me, the basket peg. And what's it going to do? It's going to reduce you using the dollar. Sold. I'll take 4 of those. Make it 5. There you go. You got any? got any ketchup with that? Golly! So they're teaching the Iraqi citizens. Look at here. When we when it leaves our borders, we can either do a free float. Nope. We can do a managed float. Nope. We can do a basket peg. Yeah. Or we can do a reflected trade. What? Oh no, all of these, I'm so sorry. All of this reflects the trade realities more accurately. It allows controlled appreciation over time. Yeah, the basket pegged. Now, Frank, we also have this that was sent to us, the IMF and the METAC, have been working with Iraq on liquidating monitoring and monetary policy tools, which are a prerequisite for any shift from a hard peg. This, all of this that I'm giving you, all of this is on the IMF. And shoot, for months, probably for years, the IMF had a little, you have to look at it. It was down there. I think it was underneath the converter, and it said Iraq is going through a redenomination of its currency. How could we not pay attention? Yeah, we did. All right. So what's next to watch? Huh? What to watch next? Huh? What to watch next? Well, whether Iraq adopts a policy coordination instrument, that's what we call the PCI, or something similar like the IMF framework, in order to guide the monetary reform. Also, signals. You see, you want to look for what to look for? Signals from the CBI about the exchange rate flexibility or the basket composition. So I want to thank Omar, the above above Eddie. Thank you, brother. Continuing, we now go to my report for what I said to them. I agree, Omar. It would be an insult to come out at 1-to-1 when you can't use the dollar. And this is an RI that should be 322. And the float should take it to 425, in my opinion. Let's see what happens. Frank, TV showing, delegation from JICA, all the Japanese International Cookie Association, right? Yeah, whatever. We have the delegation from JICA visits Iraq ports to enhance coordination to help to support our investments. You know, those ports, there's two of them. One is massive and the other one is big. Those ports are going to be the heartbeat, to the currency's stability and growth. Because well, how much came through the ports, and how much of it belongs to the Iraqi citizens? It's not just services and goods, right? It's oil. Television shows a delegation from Jitka visits Iraqi ports to enhance cooperation to help with the support of the investment. We got the whole world pouring in into Iraq, Mr. Frank. Now the Japanese Jitka is here. Frank, this guy is on TV. Somebody that we were talking about. Yeah, this guy that on TV, he says that the parliament has reviewed, because I said, wait a minute, you just told me about 10 minutes ago that parliament is talking about the HCL. Yeah, no way, Jose. Impossible. They hate it. They don't want to give it to you. But they are, they painted themselves in a corner. There's nothing else to do, and they can take the credit for it. Parliament is talking about the HCL? Frank, this guy is on TV and he says that Parliament has reviewed all the technical sides of the HCL. He says we've approved the technical sides of the oil and gas law and is all good. And now the framework is laid to present and vote on the coming days. On the HCL? Yeah. No way. No, for real, Frank. Parliament, for some reason, is acting very strange. They're helping. They're helping. Hold on. Parliament? Yeah. Mm. And they told us that they want to pass the HCL for us citizens. Second syllable. Yeah, what did I tell you? They want to take credit. Voila. To which I say, gentlemen, can you give me the name of that person that just said that the HCL is ready to be voted on? I want to know. We want to trace him. We want to do a check. Also, is he from the CBI and stuff like that? Hey Frank, I'll send that to Eddie now. We'll get that for you as soon as we can. He did just say that they already technically been looking at all of this behind closed doors about the HCL. Now we knew nothing about this. We didn't know that he was going to come out and say this. They've been looking at this and even negotiating with OPEC. So it looks like things are way further than we knew. I gotta do now. The Hot Cookie League is about to be passed in Iraq. Oh, because what happens when you pass the Hot Cookie League? Huh? What happens? I better get serious because we have a lot of newbies. What happens when you pass the hydrocarbon law? What happens when you pass the HCL? Huh? What happens nanoseconds later? I don't know. Well, listen. Yeah, they've been looking at this and negotiating with the OPEC, and so it looks like things are further along than what we knew. I got to do this presentation now. I got to get ready to find out more from him. What is the name of this person? They're letting me in, and I'll ask questions. Eddie says it is a number. It is a member of the Parliamentary All Gas and Natural Resource Committee. Committee Alta Wakitawi. He said this member of Parliament. He said it, Frank. He's a member of Parliament. He even told us he's a member of Parliament of the Parliament, and he said that the Gas or Natural Resource Committee was working on this. Been working on it for a week. So it's Tawik's last name. So that's the guy. You see, I wanted to know more, and they told me because this guy's telling the Iraqi citizens we're about the Parliament's about to pass the HCL. you know what they. Okay, let's keep reading. Yo, come on. Come on, take out or what's your name, Tawaki, whatever. Look, if they really no for if we have the HCL lined up and it's coming from a parliament source, which is incredible to believe, then that means that Parliament now has the new exchange rate or is about to receive it. In my opinion, gentlemen, what do you guys think? Frank, quote. This is a quote. Oh, okay. So this is the quote to answer your question. The Parliamentary Committee has completed most of the technical decisions related to the draft law, and the groundwork is now ready to pass it inside the Parliament dome during the coming periods for the oil and gas. Happy days are here again. Do, 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 do. To which I then say to them, gentlemen, they sure are getting aggressive about the HCL, aren't they? They sure are getting aggressive about the HCL information and how they're presenting it about. And once again, if they have the HCL, and I'm talking about Parliament, then that means they have the new exchange rate. Therefore, if Parliament has it now, that means that the citizens are next to receive it. I say this because Sudani was protecting the exchange rate from Parliament until he was ready to pull the trigger to give it to the citizens. I express this in my opinion. In fact, in my very, very, very strong opinion, Iraq is in negotiations with OPEC to adjust the oil output quota. They told us, Mr. Frank, that they're seeking an allocation that reflects its full capacity of 5.5 million barrels per day. They have been increased in the Iraqi oil exports, and a recent oil field fire has reportedly not affected production levels. Nothing is going to stop us now. Mr. Frank, still don't have anything from my little brother, but we sent you everything from Shafat News. That same station that we, television station that we saw yesterday with those notes the other day about the lower notes. They have this out today. Really? So yesterday was the 50 as an example. Whether it was the official one or not, I don't care. But it is the official. It is the official one. It's like they brought it back without having to reprint it. But it's not the ones we've got. It's not the same batch number. We won't get credit for it. But he sees in Shafat News, the same station where we saw the other day about the lower notes. They have this out today. These pics are being explained to us. Once again, sir, they cannot show us directly, but they're showing examples of the things that we understand. So the first one is, oh, that's Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi. This is an old lower note from the Middle East, from Jordan. Hmm. They're using nothing but Jordan currency. Here's a, what was that one? That was a 50. What, honey? That's Libya. Pardon me. Muammar Gaddafi, of course. Knucklehead. Then the next one is, this is the Jordan. There you go. So there's a Jordan lower note. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, Frank. Why are they showing you lower notes from the Middle East? Because the basket is going to have them. That was mine. I came up with that one. What'd you say? Would you ask me, Frank? Why are they showing you Middle Eastern lower notes? Because our basket, where we peg to these currencies, these are the currencies we're going to peg to. But they're also giving us examples of what is about to come out, the lower notes. By showing us pictures of the Middle East, it allows them to have a conversation with us. I know. God, it threw up. No, 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 no. Oh, that's the report I read from the IMF. I don't even know how this threw up. What's next? Gentlemen, give me the other person. Eddie says it's a member of parliament. We already read all of this, man. Gentlemen, they're getting very aggressive. Okay, we're almost there. Frank, Iraq is negotiating with OPEC to adjust the output. Yep, we got that one. Mr. Frank, still don't have anything from my little brother, but here is Shafat News, and they showed these currencies. We know what they're doing. They're showing us the lower notes around us that are going to be in the basket. Also, sir, the recent 50 note released in Iraq is identified as the Jordanian 50 note. Ah, it is P-43. It was introduced in 2020 and widely circulated in 2023. These are the feature notes. Hold on a second. Look what they're doing, sir. They're showing us all of the lower notes around us that will be in the basket and comparing it to ours. They told us front side, portrait of King Abdul II with the skyline of Jerusalem and the Dome of the Rock. Back side, English text featuring the Wadi Rum rock formation. Color scheme, brown, purple, and orange. Wow. This is all right. Size, approximately 149 times 74 millimeters. Security features, watermark of King Abdul II, and electrotype Arabic text OVI patch, solid with window security threads with demetallized elements, and a crown as a registration device. These were printed by printed by Delarue. Of course, Delarue prints about 90% of the world's currencies. Mr. Frank, all of this is on Shafat, but not anything yet on the other stations. It's interesting how it's all being channeled just to one site and using Shafat News. Gentlemen, my response, they cannot show the lower notes, but they show the equivalence of the lower notes, just like they did with the coins, to educate the citizens of Iraq on what is coming next. They have been using currency from other Middle Eastern countries for this educational purpose because the Easterner can relate to this currency. You, citizens, can relate to it quicker, adapting to it. It must not fail with you. By the way, gentlemen, Walking Stick made a point today to me that I would like to share with you. How they doing, Tank? Anybody bored? Should I leave? By the way, gentlemen, Walking Stick made a point that I would like to share with you. The young generation that is in Iraq right now has never seen a fill, has never seen a coin before ever in their lifetime. This monetary reform education is telling them about all of this because it must not fail with the Iraqi citizens. Frank, the central bank has previously announced that the issuance of a new 20 dinar note to replace the 25 dinar note, highlighting their plan to facilitate daily transactions with intermediate denominations. Overall, this indicates a structural rollout of smaller denominations, including the 50 dinar note, as part of the ongoing currency improvements in 2025. Dios mío, praise God. God, all honor and glory to you, Father. So look at all of this education that is being told to the citizens of Iraq. Oh yeah, there's a lower notes. Oh yeah, here's coins. And by the way, we got you. We got you. Hey, we're going to get you the 5, the 10, the 20, and all that good stuff. Yeah. Well, but you can't show it to the citizens yet, can you? No, not really. But when we get the new exchange rate out, oh yeah, everybody's going to see it. To which I then say, that's another good example. They cannot show you the new 20 dinar note, but they show you the 25 that you have now. If this fails with the citizens, the whole monetary reform will collapse. They're using currency that you're familiar with. They're not using the euro. They're not using the peso. They're not using the Canadian dollar. They're not using the US dollar. Frank, additionally, there are plans for a broad, listen carefully, do I share it or not? Okay. Additionally, there are plans for a broad redenomination. Right, I prepared you. Additionally, there are plans for a broad redenomination by removing zeros from the currency later in 2025 to further ease transitions, but the smaller notes like the 50s have begun circulating ahead of this reform. Now, I'm going to show this to you. I want you to try to memorize it because there's something else that will come back to this. So they're teaching you that you got all these notes that are going to come out, Eddie. Across the board, everything is being replaced. And they said that right now, to ease the transition, of all these lower notes that are coming to us. Um, what, oh, I'm sorry. To ease the transitions by giving us these smaller notes. Oh, excuse me. To ease the transition by giving us the 50 dinar note now. The 50 dinar notes have begun circulating ahead of this monetary reform. All this from Shabbat News. And if anybody dares to throw this in your face, Frank, let us know their names. You little bulldogs. But that's the only place with any news on the notes right now. Anybody else telling you anything else, they're lying to you. Gentlemen, do you realize that they just gave you the time frame inside of this year? Isn't that what it says up here? Additionally, there are plans for a broad redenomination by removing the zeros from the currency later in 2025, later in 2025, later in 2025, to ease the transition. But the smaller notes, like the 50s, have already begun circulating ahead of this reform. Yeah, in my opinion, in my opinion. To which he said, "Yeah, we agree." I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. It's interesting. It's interesting that they allowed you to see the 50 note. I believe that is to give you hope that the rest is coming along with the HCL and the complete change of all the denominations. Frank, check this out. All from Shafat. The plan involves a multi-layered structural reform. This is getting ridiculous. So much explanation. It's clear in my prayer before we started this. I told God, I said, "Thank you," because it's just getting clearer and clearer and clearer. This used to have Pepsi. Oh, Frank, check this out. All from Shafat News. The plan involves a multi-layered structural reform aimed at stabilizing the currency and aligning it more closely with Iraq's actual economic values. So that was the first point that they told them today. Second point, it includes modernization of digital banking services and integrated with global payment networks. Not at 13th. Well, I'm sorry. Next point, the Central Bank of Iraq has confirmed. These are the people we want to hear this from. The Central Bank of Iraq has confirmed that the technical infrastructure and operational systems are ready and tested. Are ready, and already tested. This reform is proceeding in phases. This reform is proceeding in phases. Public awareness. As Russell Rock. Public awareness. Campaigns of monetary reform education, synchronization of banking and payment systems, and the final official rollout of the new currency value. And I say they're on course. I say they're right on course. Experts consider this reform a fundamental economic redesign rather than a minor currency adjustment. You hear that? Current experts inside of Iraq consider this reform, this monetary reform, a fundamental economic redesign rather than a minor currency adjustment. Dang, I do too. They had this too, Frank. We don't know his name, but this reporter asked questions. It surprises that they answered him. The question that the reporter posed was about pegging. pegging to the basket. Is this possibly likely candidates for an Iraqi dinar currency basket? I didn't see that. This just came in while I was talking to you, family. Wow, that verifies. But then again, I don't know who's. Would you? This is a wow. So they're saying the basket is this possibly likely the candidates for an Iraqi dinar currency basket that would be key trading and economic partners of the currencies that Iraq deals with regularly, and those reflected. That's what it is. I didn't I say all those Middle Eastern currencies? Didn't I say that when it got to the euro or the USD? I said, it'll only be Middle Eastern currencies. We want everyone to be the same rate. Dollar ain't no threat. Anyways, currencies that let me just finish this. Okay. So yeah, these are candidates for an Iraqi dinar currency basket. It would be key trading and economic partners currencies that would help each other. That's the Iraq deals with on a regular basis, daily, and those reflecting the region's economic realities. Though Iraq has not officially confirmed such a basket, analysis and experts' proposals suggest the basket might include that way. Are you serious? Then I'm wrong. Well, yeah, you're. This is possibly, and he's just a reporter. This is just a reporter, but he says, "Hey, you know what? You know what? I think that possibly this is what's going to be in it. The U.S. dollar. Given Iraq's current management peg and dollar's dominant role in global oil trade and financial markets, the dollar could be used. Another example, the euro. Well, it turns out due to European trade and investment ties with Iraq, the euro could qualify. Also, maybe how about the Chinese rupiah? It reflects China's significant role in Iraq's oil exports and infrastructure investment. Yeah, it does, I guess. Sure, why not throw it in there? How about the Saudi, the Rial, the SAR, as a major regional partner and economic influencer in the Gulf? We should sell these. We should sell these. Possibly the Iranian family. I've only sold the dinar and the Vietnamese dong, I don't know, for 18, 17 years. All of a sudden this year, I bring you the Indonesia rupiah. You see that it had a little hiccup. Wow. Why? Because of what Trump is doing with the tariffs. I don't believe in the global currency reset, but dear me, he is resetting a lot of currencies' values. It almost seems impossible. It'd be like if you told me when Trump becomes president, he's going to, well, now with yeah, with Indonesia. He's going to solve nine wars across the planet Earth. Yeah, right. Get out of here. But he did. So this is also maybe possible. The possibility that the Iranian rial, given its geopolitical and trade connections despite sanctions and political complexions, could be considered. Now, remember, all of this is from some reporter. I'm sorry, I disagree with you, dude. I think it's just going to be nothing but Middle Eastern currencies. To which I say thank you so much. Walk is, um, you saw that Walking Stick called me, right? And you saw I got a little emotional about it, right? I don't want to say it. Let me just show it to you because I'm saying it to, our teams in Iraq. Remember, everything is just in my opinion. Everything is just my opinion. Everything is just in my opinion. I like my green shirt. And yet, it will become green. Because you know our reputation. Uh, I showed it to you, okay? I'll explain it more in a bit. Absolutely, Neil. And this is Omar talking to us. Hey, there's a lot more on the television here. Get this out. Get this out to Mr. Frank. HCL updates 2025. The technical work on the hydrocarbon law in Iraq has been cleared. What? It's been cleared and it's ready for a vote. Lawmakers are aiming to have it voted on before the upcoming elections in 2025. Saying maybe next week the vote. Ain't no maybe. You're going to do it. I mean, everybody's pouring in. All of our teams are contributing. Everybody wants to help. So now we got even new people. All right, Neil, and I won't tell you who, but here's the update. The technical groundwork for the HCL has indeed been cleared, and it's all set to go up for a vote before the upcoming elections. Basically, they're aiming to get this sorted out. So it's locked in ahead of the 2025 election schedule. So no one can mess with the rate. They have ironed out the technical kinks, and what's left now is mostly just a final nod of agreement from Parliament. If I had, I'm on the air. I'll call you in a little bit. Thank you. If I hadn't have come on, I wonder if the internet would have this information. So they want to lock in the rate ahead of the 2025 election schedule. Yeah, they know what's going on. They've ironed out all the technical kinks, and what's left now is mostly just the final nod of the agreement from Parliament. In short, you're right on track. All you guys are right on track. They do what they do want this done and voted on before everyone heads to the polls. Omar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to just do one more thing. By the way, these lower denomination notes, they need a new rate in order to work. And that's what we're seeing. But the fills, they need a new work. They need a new rate so that it's not so embarrassing. I mean, seriously, if they kept it at no, 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 what would be the value of the fills at that number, 1310? What would be the value of the fills at 1310? The answer is a negative number. No, seriously, a negative number. The citizens they would owe the CBI and the GOI money back because That would be a lot on steroids. Yes, now we have the coins. And the coins scream that the next step is to introduce the new exchange rate. I mean, yeah. And everything I just read to you is just amazing, isn't it? It comes from them, not from me. All of that was on their television today. And the fact that they finished up now with the coins. Think about that. The coins at that fractional rate? No, of course not. The coins desperately demand a new rate. Now I'm going to say goodbye to you by showing you one more thing. This came in from Walking Stick just as I started our UB2B. Did you like your UB2B? Did you have a good time? Did you learn a lot? Do you feel good? I do. Are you grateful? Then tell them. Have I told you lately that I love you? Our days are coming to an end. I'm trying to time it just right. I want to thank you for allowing me to come into your house, wherever you may be, every day for so long. Many of you tell me, oh, Frank, I've been with you for 18 years, 19 years. I tell them, oh my goodness, you're going to need therapy and to get rid of the twitch after this is over with, after watching me that long. Sorry. But I'd like to say this. I said it before, and I think that it would be a good thing to say goodbye with. KTFA family, even those that consider me a monkey, I love you. That's what my mom and dad taught me to do. That's what Jesus taught me to do. If I could, I wouldn't love you, but I can't. I do. I don't know what else to feel about you. Even the Democrats. No. Remember when Biden became president? What were my words? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the Democratic Party. They will never come back. They will commit phagocytosis. I couldn't have been more accurate. Anyways, I want to say that I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life all these years. And we're friends, okay? Okay? I consider you my friend. But for a lifetime, as long as God keeps me on this earth, I'll be your friend. But one day, we will be in heaven together, if you believe in Jesus, because I do. And we'll be there for an eternity. But you know what? I don't think that an eternity will be long enough to be your friend. Thank you kindly for being my friend all these years. You have to get ready. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Maybe. Until then, what, honey?
You got something.
You got something for me? What? For me? What?
You almost got your Italian cookies.
What?
That's a big cookie.
That's how big cookie is, right?
Santa's wife made them for you.
Oh, chocolate chip? where's the chocolate? Right here. Mmm. Yeah, it's about the right color. No. Mmm.
Very good.
You know, when God made man, he put him in the oven. He took him out 5 minutes later, and he said, this is raw. Put him back in, put it for 15 minutes, came out, and he said, uh-oh. Kind of burned it a little. So he tried it for 10 minutes, and we came out
That was 26 minutes.
perfect. What, babe?
It wasn't 26 minutes.
No, it wasn't 27 minutes. I love you. Take care.